Hidden in the vast, humid stretches of the Florida wilderness lies a secret most people drive right past without a second glance. In a state known for its beaches, hurricanes, theme parks, and retirees, it's easy to miss something that seems so pointless. A bridge, a beautiful, modern concrete bridge, complete with support columns, road markings, guardrails, everything. Yet this bridge leads nowhere. No cars drive over it. No city lies beyond it. But this isn't just a quirky piece of abandoned infrastructure. No, this bridge hides a story of ambition, disaster, corruption, war games, and even betrayal that spans nearly a century. So, why would anyone build a bridge that leads into an empty forest? A multi-million-dollar structure that connects nothing to nothing. Was it a planning mistake? A failed highway? Or could there be something deeper, something more secret buried beneath Florida's strange geography? Let's rewind. We begin in the 1950s. America is booming. The post-war economy is soaring. Florida is transforming from a swampy, mosquito-infested frontier into a prime location for real estate, tourism, and military experimentation. The state's endless coasts, flat lands, and mild winters made it the perfect place for expansion. At the time, the U.S. military was eyeing a large portion of southwest Florida. Their mission: establish a secret base hidden deep in the wild mangrove forests, where they could conduct Cold War experiments away from prying eyes. This area, later known as the Big Cypress Swamp, became home to top-secret testing sites, including nuclear survival drills, chemical warfare training, and aircraft navigation exercises. But here's where it gets strange. In the late 1960s, a massive land development project was announced, a new planned community called Golden Gate Estates. Developers, eager to profit from Florida's rapid growth, envisioned a paradise city with miles of roads, man-made canals, and brand-new homes, all set in pristine nature. They sold thousands of plots of land to investors across the U.S., even internationally, most of whom had never visited the site. These sales were fueled by glossy brochures and slick marketing campaigns promising luxury and sunshine. But there was a problem. Golden Gate Estates was being built on swampland. And not just any swamp. This was land that flooded seasonally, making it nearly impossible to build stable roads or homes. As the dream collapsed, people abandoned their investments. The developers quietly vanished, and yet the government kept building. Roads, bridges, and drainage canals were laid down over the next few decades, funded by obscure transportation budgets and sometimes linked to federal military grants. Constructed in the late 1970s, the bridge was part of a highway extension meant to connect the Everglades to Naples, Florida. But just as the project began, funding was pulled. Environmental activists stepped in, raising alarms that the development was destroying delicate wetlands. Lawsuits followed. Then came new federal laws protecting endangered species, and the final nail: the route cut through territory claimed by the Miccosukee tribe, triggering years of land disputes. Suddenly, the bridge, once a symbol of Florida's bright future, was abandoned. Literally overnight, construction halted. The road that was supposed to connect to it never built. The land, reclaimed by nature. Today, grass and moss grow through its cracks, vines curl around its supports, and alligators sunbathe nearby, utterly indifferent to the bridge's existence. But some believe that's not the whole story. Local legends, whispered by old-timers and conspiracy theorists alike, claim the bridge was never meant to serve cars or people. Instead, they say it was part of a secret U.S. military logistics network built in case of nuclear war or foreign invasion. These bridges, some claim, were designed to hide troop movements, transport classified materials, or even serve as emergency evacuation routes. Others point to maps showing similar ghost bridges across the state, some near former Cold War military installations. Satellite images show roads leading up to these bridges, then abruptly stopping in the middle of nowhere. It's as if they were meant to vanish, to be forgotten. Some bridges show signs of maintenance, fresh paint, new guardrails, occasional drone surveillance, despite being marked as abandoned. And curiously, records of these projects have disappeared from public databases, fueling even more suspicion. Then there's the economic corruption angle. During Florida's land boom and bust cycles, it was common for politicians and developers to approve massive infrastructure projects to inflate property values. Some bridges were greenlit solely to secure federal or state funds, which were then embezzled or diverted. Investigations in the early 1990s revealed that certain Florida counties spent tens of millions on projects that were never completed and never intended to be. The bridge in question, now called the Bridge to Nowhere in Collier County, was specifically cited in a 1993 audit that revealed missing paperwork and unaccounted expenditures. And if you thought the mystery ends there, think again. In 2007, during a drought that lowered water levels in the Everglades, hikers discovered what appeared to be an underground concrete tunnel near the base of the bridge. Authorities blocked off the area within 48 hours. Official reports claimed it was an old drainage project, but satellite images taken weeks earlier show trucks entering the site at night and then disappearing from view. Theories exploded online. Was the bridge a cover for a Cold War fallout shelter, a secret government testing lab, or even a military-grade data relay station disguised as a failed road project? Adding to the mystery, there are no public records of the bridge's construction permits or environmental impact studies. When journalists attempted to submit Freedom of Information Act requests, they were denied multiple times on grounds of national security. Wait, national security for an abandoned bridge in the swamp. Florida's bizarre geography plays into this story, too. With its porous limestone foundation, vast aquifer systems, and seasonal flooding, the state is notoriously difficult to build on. Engineers often overbuild structures like extra-tall bridges or oversized drainage systems to compensate for unpredictable terrain. But this bridge, it's pristine, overbuilt, it's reinforced, elevated, and leads directly into the Picayune Strand State Forest Protected Area that oddly was once used by the U.S. Navy for classified training exercises. Let that sink in. This wasn't just a mistake in planning. This was a bridge built with a very specific purpose, and that purpose was buried with the project. Whether it was a front for corruption, a relic of Cold War paranoia, or part of something even bigger, we may never know. But the mystery continues. People still visit the bridge. Some report strange sounds coming from the forest. Others claim their GPS malfunctions near the site. Local legends speak of tunnels below, of men in unmarked black trucks, and of roads that appear on maps but vanish when you arrive. Today, the bridge stands as a monument to secrecy, to dreams lost in the swamp, to the haunting power of forgotten geography. So, the next time you drive through Florida and pass a sign to nowhere, remember this story. Sometimes, the path that leads nowhere has the deepest story of all.